Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. Of course, I'm in the middle of my reviews for the When a Stranger Calls movie series, and now I'm talking about the 14 years later sequel to the original 1979 movie. This one's called When a Stranger Calls Back. Never seen it before, just like I said with the original film. I'd only seen the first 20 minutes of that movie back when I was a teen, preteen, whatever. And then I saw it all the way through for you guys, and now I'm seeing the sequel I just found out existed about a year ago for the first time all the way through as well. When a Stranger Calls Back, again, being 14 years later, it's kind of interesting, some of the choices that they made for this. It was a TV movie for Showtime, which, even more interesting of a choice. There's a little bit of nudity in there, but not really. But no blood. It was very strange to me. This was a very weird movie, let me be honest with you. A very, very strange movie with some very strange choices in it that made me... I couldn't help but fall in love with how charming it was, to be honest with you. It started out pretty cool, and then it kind of slumped, and then it eventually blew me away with how absolutely awful it got. But with all that said, it made me feel more in the mocking way and in the intensity way in the beginning of it than the original film made me feel at all. I just felt annoyed with that original movie. But When a Stranger Calls Back kind of follows the same formula of the original film. We start off with a cold open, basically, that's like 15 minutes long, about a young babysitter in her teens who's babysitting two kids, and they're upstairs in bed sick. The parents leave, and a strange man comes to the door and knocks on the door, asking for help. He claims his car broke down a few blocks away or something. He wants her help, and apparently, supposedly, no one else is home in this beautiful suburb, which is probably bullshit, and you probably should not believe him. I know you're a babysitter, you don't live there, but you should probably know that's probably stupid to believe this man. But she doesn't let him inside. She tells him, hey, I'll call whoever you need, whatever, I'll be willing to help you, but I'm not letting you in the house. And things go basically in the same formula, the original first 15-20 minutes of that original movie from 79. The guy gets in the house somehow, and she gets attacked. But she happens to survive as well, just like Carol Kane did back in the day. And we skip 5 years in the future, just like how the original film skipped 7 years into the future. And now she's a college student, and she's worried that her stalker's coming back after some weird things are moving around in her room, that she's sure that she did not move these things, or there are items that might be showing up that she knows are not hers, like clothing and whatever. Very interesting concept, very interesting ways that they go about this movie. Now, from this point on is where it kind of slumps. Carol Kane comes back in as like a campus psychiatrist or investigator of some sort. Yeah, Carol Kane is back in this film, and she's helping out this young lady after she gets attacked the first time. And things begin to get a little bit more strange from this point on. She also recruits, Carol Kane at least, recruits the old cop from the original movie to come back and help her as well. It was kind of cool seeing all these people come back, I will say, despite I'm just not a fan of the original film. I absolutely hate it, matter of fact. This film was an improvement, but not in the way that you think. Again, this middle area of the movie is where it begins to slump, and then eventually you get to the scene, I'm not going to spoil too much. You get to a scene involving like a strip club, and there's a ventriloquist, if you will, and that shit made me laugh so hard, just like the guys in the audience making fun of this particular person. I was laughing my ass off. You're not supposed to, but I was, because of how absolutely horrible it was. This movie does not make the mistake, like the original, of following the killer, stalker, or whatever throughout the film. It doesn't do that, thank God, and I think it really benefits how goofy-ass this movie becomes later on from the performance scene I'm talking about. But let me tell you, if you need a good laugh, sit through this movie, or at least watch the last 30 minutes of the film. When you get to the conclusion of the film, the third act, the real, maybe final 20 minutes of the movie, to be honest with you, this shit is hysterically bad. I mean, to the point, like, you don't understand how the jokes, the SNL parodies that could have been made out of this movie back in the day would have been ingenious. Totally. Dude, it was so bad, I was laughing my ass off. My wife had to actually look over at me and wonder what was going on with me because I couldn't breathe. Just the stuff was so horrible. But it was better than anything I saw in the original film, easily. And you could watch this movie, by the way, without seeing that original film. And if you want to, I highly recommend it because of how well made the first 20 minutes of this film are. With the stalker in the house thing, it's better made than the original film when it comes to that. And overall, with the budget and everything, this film is better made, I think, than the '79 original movie. But that last performance strip club scene to the end of the movie were hilarious, dude. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe through most of this film, and that was a great feeling. Again, it's a charming film. It's like, I don't even know what to call it. It just had so much charm to it with how bad it was that there were no other ways to not appreciate and love this movie by the end of it, and how absolutely silly the direction goes by the end of it. I cannot believe this was made. It's kind of like the Evil Dead 2 direction after the original Evil Dead. And it doesn't mean to go in this hilarious comedic route. It's trying to be mind-boggling and mind-blowing to the audience of what the stalker is doing to get into people's houses. I'm telling you, if you don't laugh, you have no sense of humor. Anyway, When a Stranger Calls Back is decently acted. I think Carol Kane does a decent job here. She's kind of got this Silence of the Lambs, Jodie Foster mentality going on without the southern accent. The cop that returns from the original film is now retired, and I think, excuse me, I lost my voice. I feel like I'm getting a cold today. I don't know. But he comes back, and like I said, he does a fairly decent job for his role. The young teenager girl is not the main focus of the movie most of the time. I was kind of surprised to see that, but kind of not, being the same writer, co-writer, whatever, and director of the original film coming back to make this. Kind of didn't surprise me that he didn't do that. But she's okay too, as a young actress. The stalker, killer, whatever, again, I feel so bad for this guy. The stuff they had him doing, man, I physically could not breathe by the end of the movie because of how bad it was. It's not just because I was fat, it's because it was hysterically bad. Dude, you don't even know. I don't even have words for you. If you think some of the Friday the 13th sequels are bad later on, like Jason X can make you laugh, you have no idea. You have no idea, because this is so bad it's good. The whole movie is so bad it's good. I would almost buy this movie on DVD just to have it, because it would make me laugh every time I went to that last 20 minutes or the strip club scene I talked about. Anyway, it's a decently made movie for what it is as a Showtime TV movie. I cannot believe that they approved and put out the script of this film. I cannot believe it, but I love every second of this horrible, horrible movie. What a wonderful sequel idea. It was so just abysmal, dude. I can't believe it. Anyway, if you see that I'm excited, go check it out. If this sounds like a movie that you need in your life, if you're having a depressed, sad time in your life and you need a so bad it's good movie, watch this. I know the middle slumps, sit through it. Or skip through it, who cares? But dude, that final 20 minutes, you can't beat it. It's too good. It's too bad. It's probably worse than how bad Troll 2 can be. Troll 2, I think, is extremely charming too, as it's so bad it's a good movie. This has some of that charm in it as well, and I think you'll love that ending. Anyway, I can't even talk, man. When it comes to When a Stranger Calls, if I had to rate this film on a 5-star basis, When a Stranger Calls Back was the title, excuse me, because I need to get that correct because of how important this movie is to culture. When a Stranger Calls Back, if I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, it's horrible as a movie, but again, the experience is like nothing you've ever seen before. I promise you. I would give it like a really high 2 out of 5 stars. It's a bad movie, but I laughed my ass off so much throughout this. I recommend it on that alone. And again, that first 20 minutes are actually kind of scary. If you own your own house, if you're an adult and you've bought your own house and whatever, like I finally have with my wife, let me tell you, we were both getting creeped out on that first 20 minutes. It actually has some great tension there. But from that point on, oh boy. Anyway, have you seen it? What do you think about this movie? Is it your favorite in the series? I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about it down in the comments section down below if you have seen it. I don't think many of you have seen this. Most people were like me, I think, and only knew there was an original and a remake, but not this middle movie, the first sequel. Only sequel, whatever. I would love to hear what everybody has to say down below. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Let me know your thoughts on the When a Stranger Calls franchise, especially When a Stranger Calls Back. I cannot talk today. I cannot get the title straight because everything has extra words on it today. It's like dyslexia, but not dyslexia. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Goodbye.